Engineered for pure mechanical durability and zero drama, these legendary rides are built to outlast almost anything on two wheels. In this video, we see 12 motorcycles that never break down. Number 12, Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. The Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 has become one of the more interesting choices for riders who want a cruiser that can rack up miles without feeling overly complicated. Its simple layout, relaxed nature, and relatively straightforward mechanical design make it easier to live with than many larger and more feature-heavy motorcycles. The 64.8cc parallel twin engine is tuned for relaxed road use rather than extreme performance, producing around 46 horsepower and 38 pound-feet of torque. That moderate state of tune helps keep the engine's workload reasonable during normal riding, while the proven platform has already been used across several Royal Enfield models. Another reason it works well for long-term ownership is its straightforward design. There aren't excessive electronic systems or complicated components competing for attention, which makes routine servicing easier to understand and keeps ownership relatively predictable. Regular oil changes, valve checks, and scheduled maintenance remain important, but the basic mechanical layout isn't intimidating. The Super Meteor is also built around relaxed cruising rather than aggressive riding. That means owners aren't constantly pushing the engine, brakes, tires, and suspension to their limits. Used within its intended purpose and maintained properly, it can be a dependable companion for commuting and longer weekend rides. Overall, the Super Meteor 650 offers a simple mechanical layout, proven engine platform, relaxed performance, and predictable maintenance, making it a solid choice for riders looking for long-term dependability. Number 11, Honda Shadow Aero. The Honda Shadow Aero is the kind of motorcycle that earns its reputation through simplicity rather than flashy technology. It has a straightforward cruiser design, comfortable ergonomics, and a mechanical layout that doesn't try to do too much. For riders planning to keep a motorcycle for many years, that simplicity can be a major advantage. Power comes from a 745cc V-twin engine producing around 44 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. The engine is tuned for smooth, relaxed cruising instead of high-strung performance, which suits the Shadow Aero's purpose perfectly. Honda's long-running Shadow platform is another reason this motorcycle makes sense for long-term ownership. The design has been refined over many years, and parts, service information, and mechanical knowledge are widely available. That can make routine maintenance much easier as the mileage begins to climb. The Shadow Aero is also relatively easy to live with. Its relaxed riding position works well for daily use, while the shaft drive eliminates the regular chain cleaning and adjustment required on many motorcycles. Overall, the Shadow Aero combines proven Honda engineering, simple maintenance, relaxed performance, and a well-established platform that can serve riders reliably for many years. Number 10, Yamaha Bolt. The Yamaha Bolt is a motorcycle that keeps things simple, and that's a big part of why it can make sense for long-term ownership. Instead of relying on a complicated collection of technology, it focuses on a proven cruiser layout, straightforward controls, and a mechanical package designed for everyday riding. Power comes from a 942cc V-twin producing around 54 horsepower and 58 pound-feet of torque. The engine delivers its power in a relaxed and predictable way, giving the Bolt enough strength for highway cruising without being tuned like a high-performance motorcycle. That relatively easygoing character can help keep normal wear under control when the bike is serviced properly. The Bolt's overall design is also easy to understand and maintain. There aren't excessive electronic systems or complicated bodywork getting in the way of routine service, and the belt final drive eliminates regular chain cleaning and adjustment. For owners who plan to keep their motorcycle for years, having fewer recurring maintenance tasks can make a real difference. Its compact size is another advantage. The Bolt is easy to use around town but still feels stable enough for longer rides. It isn't overloaded with equipment, which means fewer features to worry about as the motorcycle gets older. Overall, the Yamaha Bolt delivers simple mechanical design, manageable performance, low-maintenance belt drive, and a straightforward ownership experience that suits riders planning to keep their motorcycle for the long haul. Number 9. Suzuki SV650. The Suzuki SV650 has earned a strong reputation among riders who want a motorcycle that can rack up serious mileage without becoming unnecessarily complicated. Its lightweight design, proven mechanical package, and relatively simple construction make it a practical choice for owners who care more about dependable transportation than excessive technology. Power comes from a 645cc V-twin engine producing around 75 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. The engine has been used in the SV650 platform for years and is known for delivering a useful mix of performance and everyday usability. Another advantage is the motorcycle's straightforward construction. The SV650 doesn't rely on a huge number of electronic systems, and its relatively simple layout makes routine service easier to manage. Parts availability and widespread mechanical knowledge also help when an owner keeps the bike for a long time. The SV650 is also light enough to reduce stress on many parts during everyday use. Its manageable weight makes it easy to move around, while the balanced chassis encourages smooth riding rather than constant hard use. Overall, the SV650 combines a proven engine platform, simple construction, reasonable maintenance, and excellent everyday usability, making it one of those motorcycles that can remain useful long after the excitement of buying it has faded. Number 8. Royal Enfield Meteor 350. The Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is built around a simple idea: give riders a comfortable cruiser that's easy to own and doesn't need to be pushed hard to be enjoyable. Its relaxed nature, straightforward construction, and uncomplicated riding experience make it a sensible option for anyone planning to keep a motorcycle for many years. Power comes from a 349cc single-cylinder engine producing around 20 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers aren't huge, but that's part of the point. The engine is designed for calm, steady riding rather than high-stress performance, which suits daily commuting and relaxed weekend cruising. The Meteor 350 also keeps its mechanical package relatively straightforward. It doesn't overwhelm the owner with unnecessary complexity, and routine servicing is easy to understand. Regular oil changes and scheduled maintenance remain important, but there isn't an enormous list of systems to worry about as the motorcycle gets older. Its manageable size is another long-term advantage. The low seat and balanced chassis make it easy to handle around town, while the relaxed riding position works well for longer casual rides. Owners who take care of the bike can get plenty of useful mileage without needing an overly complicated ownership routine. Overall, the Meteor 350 combines simple engineering, easygoing performance, manageable handling, and straightforward maintenance into a motorcycle that makes sense for riders who plan to keep it for the long haul. Number 7. Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Kawasaki Vulcan S stands out as a long-term motorcycle because it doesn't ask its owner to constantly chase more performance or more equipment. It has a calm, usable character that makes it easy to put miles on year after year. Whether it's being used for a weekday commute or a Sunday ride, the Vulcan S feels built around regular use rather than occasional excitement. Its 649cc parallel twin produces around 59 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque, giving the bike enough strength for highway speeds without making the engine feel highly stressed during normal riding. The power delivery is smooth and predictable, which suits riders who prefer steady cruising over aggressive acceleration. What really helps the Vulcan S as the years go by is its flexibility. The adjustable foot controls allow riders to change the riding position, so the motorcycle can remain comfortable even if their preferred riding style changes. Kawasaki also uses this engine platform across other motorcycles, which means mechanics are familiar with it and replacement parts are generally easy to source. Overall, the Vulcan S is the kind of motorcycle that quietly earns its place in a garage. It offers useful performance, adaptable comfort, and an ownership experience that doesn't demand constant attention. Number 6. Yamaha MT-07. The Yamaha MT-07 has become one of those motorcycles that owners can keep riding long after the excitement of buying it has worn off. Its lightweight design, simple layout, and proven mechanical package make it well suited to riders who want to put serious mileage on a bike instead of replacing it every few years. With proper maintenance, examples reaching well over 100,000 miles are entirely realistic. The 689cc parallel twin produces around 73 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. More importantly for long-term ownership, the engine has a reputation for delivering its performance without needing extreme tuning or constant high RPM riding. That makes it well suited to the steady commuting and highway miles that can add up quickly over the years. The MT-07 also has an advantage when it comes to everyday wear. At roughly 406 pounds wet, it is light enough to be easy on the rider and relatively easy to move around. Its uncomplicated design means there is less equipment to maintain compared with a large touring motorcycle loaded with electronic systems. Another reason high-mileage ownership is realistic is the huge number of MT-07s already on the road. Mechanics are familiar with the platform, replacement parts are widely available, and owners have years of maintenance experience to draw from. That makes keeping an older, high-mileage example running much less intimidating. Overall, the MT-07 is a motorcycle that can rack up serious mileage without becoming a constant project. Keep up with the maintenance, ride it sensibly, and seeing 100,000 miles on the odometer is far from an unreasonable goal. Number 5. Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 is one of those motorcycles that can quietly rack up miles without demanding much attention from its owner. It doesn't rely on extreme performance or complicated equipment, which makes it especially appealing to riders who want a dependable motorcycle they can use for years. With proper care, seeing 100,000 miles from a well-maintained Rebel 500 is a realistic long-term goal. Its 471cc parallel twin engine produces around 46 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque. The engine is tuned for smooth, everyday performance rather than maximum output, so it doesn't need to work excessively hard during normal commuting or relaxed highway riding. That makes its character well suited to accumulating mileage over time. The Rebel 500 is also easy to keep in regular use. Its compact size makes it simple to maneuver, while the low seat and predictable handling reduce the effort required during everyday riding. Owners aren't dealing with the weight and complexity of a large touring machine every time they take the bike out. Honda's widespread dealer network is another advantage when the odometer starts climbing. Routine service, replacement parts, and mechanical knowledge are easy to find, which makes maintaining an older Rebel far less complicated. Even after years of ownership, the motorcycle remains practical rather than becoming an increasingly difficult project. Overall, the Rebel 500 is built around sensible performance and everyday usability, which is exactly what makes it such a strong candidate for high-mileage ownership. Number 4. Suzuki Boulevard C50. The Suzuki Boulevard C50 is the kind of motorcycle that can quietly stay in a garage for decades because it focuses on doing the basics well. Its traditional cruiser layout, comfortable ergonomics, and well-established mechanical package make it a sensible choice for riders who care more about accumulating miles than chasing the latest technology. The 805cc V-twin produces around 53 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque. It's tuned for relaxed cruising rather than high-strung performance, giving the engine an easygoing character that suits commuting and steady highway travel. Well-maintained examples reaching 100,000 miles or more aren't an unrealistic target with consistent servicing. One feature that really helps over the long haul is the shaft drive. There's no chain to clean, lubricate, or adjust every few hundred miles, which removes a regular maintenance chore that becomes increasingly noticeable as the odometer climbs. The C50 is also comfortable enough to encourage regular use. Its relaxed seating position and stable chassis make longer rides less tiring, while the familiar cruiser layout means most mechanics already know the platform well. All in all, the Boulevard C50 is a straightforward cruiser with the kind of long-term durability, that makes high mileage feel achievable rather than intimidating. Number 3. Honda Gold Wing. The Honda Gold Wing is built for one thing better than almost any other motorcycle here: covering enormous distances without turning every long trip into a test of endurance. These motorcycles regularly see far more miles than the average bike, and that's important because a platform designed around serious touring has to handle years of sustained use. The Gold Wing's flat-six engine is known for its smoothness and durability, with modern versions producing around 125 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. The engine doesn't need to work hard to maintain highway speeds, which is a major advantage when owners are putting hundreds of miles on the bike in a single day. Honda has also refined the Gold Wing platform over many years. That long development history means mechanics have extensive experience with these motorcycles, while parts and service information are widely available. Another reason the Gold Wing works so well for the long haul is its touring-focused design. The shaft drive reduces routine maintenance, while the stable chassis, comfortable seat, and strong wind protection make it easier to keep riding regularly. In short, the Gold Wing is less about chasing excitement and more about covering mile after mile, with the kind of durability that long-distance riders have trusted for generations. Number 2. Kawasaki Vulcan 900. The Kawasaki Vulcan 900 is a motorcycle that makes a strong case for long-term ownership because it was built around a fairly traditional cruiser formula. There's no need to constantly chase the latest features when the motorcycle's main job is to start, run, and comfortably cover miles year after year. Its 903cc V-twin produces around 50 horsepower and 58 pound-feet of torque. The engine's relaxed tuning suits steady cruising, and it doesn't need to be pushed hard during normal riding. That makes the Vulcan 900 a good match for owners who want to build serious mileage without treating every ride like a performance run. The shaft drive is another major advantage when the goal is long-term use. Owners don't have to deal with regular chain lubrication, adjustment, and replacement, which removes a recurring maintenance task. The Vulcan's traditional mechanical layout also makes it familiar territory for independent motorcycle shops. Comfort plays a big role in high-mileage ownership too. The low seat, relaxed riding position, and stable chassis make the Vulcan 900 easy to settle into for longer rides. When a motorcycle isn't physically exhausting to ride, owners are more likely to keep using it year after year. Plenty of well-maintained Vulcan 900s have accumulated tens of thousands of miles, and reaching 100,000 miles is a realistic goal when servicing is kept up properly. All in all, the Vulcan 900 proves that a motorcycle doesn't need cutting-edge technology to be a dependable long-term machine. Number 1. Honda Shadow 750. The Honda Shadow 750 is one of those motorcycles that has earned its reputation by simply staying on the road for years. The Shadow name has been around for decades, and that long history has given Honda plenty of time to refine the platform. For owners looking for a motorcycle they can keep well beyond the usual ownership cycle, that's a major advantage. Its 745cc V-twin produces around 45 horsepower and 44 pound-feet of torque, with a relaxed power delivery that suits steady cruising and everyday riding. The engine isn't being pushed to deliver extreme performance, which makes its character well-suited to riders who want to accumulate miles rather than constantly chase speed. The mechanical package is another reason the Shadow 750 works so well for high-mileage ownership. Depending on the version, shaft drive eliminates the regular chain maintenance that many motorcycles require, while the overall design remains familiar to mechanics and easy to service compared with more complicated touring machines. Then there's the sheer amount of experience behind the platform. Honda has built Shadow motorcycles for generations, so replacement parts, service knowledge, and owner experience are widely available. That becomes especially valuable once a motorcycle passes 50,000 or 75,000 miles and ordinary wear items start needing attention. Well-maintained Shadow 750s can reach 100,000 miles and beyond, making six-figure mileage a realistic goal rather than a fantasy for owners who stay on top of maintenance. In short, The Honda Shadow 750 is a proven cruiser that can keep going for years while giving owners very few reasons to replace it. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.